Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Andrea. I'm the Knitting PT on YouTube and on Instagram. I'm an orthopedic physical therapist who puts out maker self-care reels about ergonomics, posture, strengthening, tips for taking care of your wrist and your hands and your entire body. I'm a knitter, a spinner, sometimes crocheter, and this is my corner of the internet where I share about all things about yarn and fiber and everything I'm working on. So thanks for joining me. Okay, so we are back to a regular episode today. I didn't mention this last episode, but I cut my hair like maybe 2-3 weeks ago. I'm still getting used to it, especially how to style it. So bear with me. It's looking a little funky. I try to curl it a little bit today to give it a little bit of body. And yeah, let's just say I have gone like almost 35 years of my life without really doing much to my hair besides brushing it and leaving it be. So having to style it and that kind of thing is kind of new to me, but I'm kind of welcoming that challenge a little bit. Yeah. So anyway, what I'm wearing, we should talk about that first. So what I'm wearing, this is the Dear Duomo sweater by HannahGKnits. I test knit this for her almost 2 years ago, I think at this point, almost 2 years ago. It is a bottom-up drop shoulder sweater. It's really comfy. It's like one of my favorite sweaters that I wear. Let me show up so you can stand up so you can see the whole thing. Yeah, drop shoulder's got this beautiful picked up neckline here that you can see. She has a technique in the pattern for showing you how to pick up the stitches, so that's a super neat neckline here, and it's folded over too. So super cozy. It is a really cold day here in New Jersey, so I am just kind of all layered up. I'm wearing like fleecy pants. I'm wearing a shirt underneath this sweater just to stay warm. It really feels like winter is really on its way now. The yarn I use for this is the Wandering Flock, and this is the colorway Birthday Ice Cream. And it's very pretty, kind of pale pink, some light variegation, some speckles throughout. Yeah, so that's what I'm wearing today. I'm also wearing some new pieces from Ana Luisa. What I love about their pieces is that they're high quality while also being priced affordable. They're long lasting and the styles elevate any outfit and I feel instantly put together. I'm wearing here the Nava earrings and the interlocking circles necklace. What I love about the Nava earrings is they're huggy style, which means that I can put them in and there's no uncomfortable backings that poke into the back of my ears. I've wore them to sleep before and I can barely feel that they're there at all. Ana Luisa's pieces are perfect for gifting, with the gifting season coming up upon us. Use the link in the description box below for 30% off your order. For today, I also have two finished objects to show you. I've got to grab the other one because it's all the way over there on the other chair. But let's dive in. So the first finished object I've got to show you is a finished test knit for Tori Knits NYC. And this is, I showed you all it last podcast episode and it was almost finished, but it is finished now. I did finish it in time for Rhinebeck and I did wear it to Rhinebeck. Got absolutely no pictures really of it because it was raining and I had my rain jacket on, but here it is. This is the Highline Henley. So as you can see, it's striped. I chose to do a fade with mine. You can see that lovely fade here. It is drop shoulder, work top down. And you can see that beautiful Henley collar right there. Let's see, the yarn. So the gray is from Camellia Fiber Company, and this is on her Yak DK base. And the Yak DK is, I got a ball band here, 65% merino wool. Let's focus. There we go, 65% merino wool, 20% silk, 15% yak, and it is the colorway Earl Grey. So you can see right there. The fade is from J'adore Fibers, and this is her Under the Sea fade. You can see it fades all the way down here. She may have one or two of these left in her shop still, if you go look. This is on her Luminous DK base, which is 70% merino, 30% silk. So this whole garment is super drapey, as you can see. It still got the structure to it though. When I wore it, it definitely didn't feel like it was like, you know, getting loose or falling off or anything like that. But it was definitely very comfy to wear. And show you that shoulder short row detail with the stripes there. Beautiful. Yeah. This pattern probably won't come out till beginning of December. The test knit's not due till end of November. I just got really excited and decided I want to have it done for Rhinebeck. Of course, with all the chaos that was going on, I didn't even get a picture of me wearing it with Tori. But that's okay. Another time, I guess. All right, my next finished object is another test knit. This one is for Aimee Sher of Aimee Sher Makes. This one is called the Weekday Pullover. And I didn't weave in my ends yet, and I also didn't block it yet. But here it is. It's got this beautiful cable raglan. And yeah, not much else to say about it. I'll go into probably a little bit more detail when the pattern's released. But just like all of Aimee's patterns, it is super well fitting, very body conscious. I did mine in Woolfolk Luft, which is do I have a ball band here? If I don't have one, I'll put the details down below, but it is basically a strand of yarn that is Pima cotton. Let's see if I can get this to focus on this here. Pima cotton, it's like a Pima cotton tube with merino blown into it. So it's super light and lofty, very lightweight, very warm, but as you can see, no give, okay, because the tube is cotton. So with working with this, I found that the yarn, I had to really be conscious of how much tension I was putting into it and be careful not to like really wrap it around my hand too much, or else that tension would transfer into my hand and make my hands hurt. The other thing too is it is a little bit of a stickier yarn to work with, like the yarn likes to stick to itself a lot, so I also had to knit slower because it was just stickier too, which, you know, is fine. But yeah. And I think the color I used was L9 is what it's called, I think. They don't really have coloring names, they just like assign them numbers. So this is L9. Yeah, so I need to block it. I've been kind of putting off blocking it because it's been so cold and I know it's going to take forever to dry. But I really should just do it because it's not really like it's going to get any warmer soon. Yeah. So that is it for finished objects, but I have lots of works in progress to show you. All right, first up in works in progress, I can't remember actually if I've shown this really that much before. It probably isn't much difference to show you, but I'm just gonna pop it on here anyway. This is the Havendring cardigan. I think I'm saying it right. I'm gonna try to be putting like pictures of the patterns up here so you can see what it'll eventually look like. And here I'm still working on the back panel. I still have, I think, like 4 inches to go before I start to do some underarm shaping. And this is a cardigan. It comes from Woolfolk itself. They put out like patterns every season, and it is done in boucle yarn. And I am using Explorer Knits DK boucle here. This is a colorway Chinley. It's a deep purpley brown, brownish purple. And then this is Fur, her classic Christmassy green. Yeah. So this is back panel. I have 2 other colors I'm using, linen and timber, and I'll show those to you as they come in too. So yeah, so it is just working up slowly. It is an intarsia pattern. It is also a seamed pattern. So I don't really know what I'm doing here, or like, I don't know why I chose this and chose to torture myself. I don't mind the tarsia so much anymore now that I've done the patchwork pullover and I'm much more familiar with intarsia. I'm actually finding that intarsia is actually very neat looking with boucle, because the boucle yarn, the fluffiness of it, it just kind of fills in the gaps in the middle. So look how clean that seam is. Yeah, there's a little bit of a hole here because I think I didn't really like twist my yarns as well as I should have, but you can see how clean the rest of the seam is. So I'm really pleased with how it looks with boucle. Yeah, like super clean looking. But it is seamed, and I think the sleeves are written where you knit them into a large rectangle and then you seam the rectangle together to make the tube. I'm gonna try to just knit the sleeve in the round. Yeah, because that's just too much. I'm gonna try to do that and try to, like, you know, figure that out to do it that way. So yeah, we'll see. This will probably be a project that takes me a long time. I'm trying to not put any deadlines on it, just because knitting with boucle, I also have to be very conscious of my hands and not getting them overtired, because boucle, just like the Wool Folk Loft, has like really no give to it at all. So yeah, so I'm just trying to not rush through it and be okay with this being a long-term project too. Yeah, so I'm anticipating it'll probably take me a few months to finish this cardigan. I'm just hoping to really have it done before it gets warm and I can't wear it. I'd love to still be able to wear it, you know, in this winter season. So we'll see. Next is a hat, and I don't knit accessories very often if you're new here. I usually knit just garments, and once in a while I'll throw in an accessory. So usually if I do knit an accessory, it is a hat. So I decided to join the classic ribbed hat knit along from Purl Soho. The main reason I decided to join it was because if you joined it, you got I think it was a 20% off coupon for their base Cashmere Merino Bloom. This is a base I've been really wanting to try for a really long time, but it is expensive because it usually retails at $42 for a skein. And one skein has 218 yards. It's worsted weight. And this is 75% extra fine merino, 25% cashmere. And I did cast on the hat, and here's what I've got so far. There, can you see that? It's got like a slight halo to it, very slight halo. But yeah, it is so soft. Like, I wish I could convey through the camera how soft it is. You just have to take my word for it. It is super soft, super luxurious feeling. Yeah, so yeah, but it's usually, you know, $42 a skein, which is way more than the usual like $28 to $30 a skein indie yarn. So I took advantage of the sale, or the coupon, to do the hat and also to try out the base. Now that I'm trying it out, I definitely want a sweater in it. Yeah, we'll just have to see. Purl Soho does run sales fairly often, so you know, if you just wait long enough. I think right now they're running one where it's 25% off all their Purl Soho brand yarns. So yeah, this colorway is Warm Honey. And I'm gonna do a color block hat. So I'm gonna color block it with this deep blue. Oh, here you can really see the halo on everything with this skein. Is it even focusing? There we go. And this color is Night Blue. So I'm gonna color block these together. Yeah, so I'm just knitting this hat. I'm thinking it might end up being a gift hat for my daughter's teacher. I like to give them I like to give gifts around Christmas time as a show of appreciation. And I also like to give gifts at the end of the school year. It's just kind of a habit I picked up from my mom doing it when I was a kid. So I might make this hat and then I might just gift it to her teacher for the holidays. I'm not quite sure if it's her teacher's colors. I probably should have thought about it more, maybe cast on my other combo that I have, which is like kind of a pinky and purple combo, but who knows? I mean, a hat's a hat, right? Yeah. So that's what I've got working on that. Okay, my next work in progress. It is super cute. So my daughter, there was one day, maybe like 2 months ago, I was watching HannahGKnits episode, and it was the episode where she's talking about the Moosh and Friends book. She knit some of the stuffies from the book for La Mercerie as a shop sample. Let me show you the book. So there are these knit stuffy toys. Yeah, knit stuffy toys. And they're super cute. So Hannah was showing them. My daughter happened to walk in while I was watching it, and then she got really absorbed and she decided she wanted the sheep. And the sheep, let me show you what the sheep looks like. The sheep's name is Aggie. I think that's how you say it. Aggie. This is Aggie. And she loves Aggie's loopy vest, especially. Of course. So you know how kids are. Sometimes they have whims and then they forget about it the next day. So I thought I would just like wait and see if it was just a whim. It was not, because she kept talking about it for like 2 weeks straight. So then I bought the book, I bought some yarn for it, and I finally cast on this past week. So ready to see what I've got so far? It's so stinking cute. Here. So it's not stuffed in yet, so the face looks kind of strange, but this is the sheep so far. You can see she's got a little garter cap of curls here, her ears, and I just finished one of her arms. It is knit seamlessly, so there's no seaming. And it's really quite clever, the whole construction so far. I'm really enjoying it. This is on size 0 needles, but I'm not finding it, you know, super tiny or small or too fiddly. It's quite manageable so far. Yeah, and the book is like really detailed. It really walks you through step by step how to do everything. They have little lessons in the beginning of the book that walk you through the different techniques you need to be able to do for everything. I'd say if you're pretty seasoned like garment knitter or knitter in general, it's totally very easy to figure out. And they give very clear instructions and very clear reasons for why you're doing things a certain way too. And I really appreciate that. So yeah, so this is so freaking cute though, you guys. So freaking cute. Yeah. There's something else. Oh, so the yarn I'm using Knitting for Olive Merino. Their fingering weight base. These are the 2 colors I'm using for the sheep. I'm just winding up my loose ends here. These 2. So the white, the black or the gray is slate gray, and then the white is just cream. Yeah. Yeah, it's so freaking cute. Look how cute she is. Yeah. The face looks kind of funny, but it'll be stuffed in. Yeah, but so freaking cute. The book really, I cannot emphasize enough how detailed the book is. Okay, come on, focus, sheep. I don't know what's going on with my camera today, but it seems to not want to focus all the time. There we go. So cute. So cute. Can't get over that. Yeah. And then she has a little dress that she wears, and she has a pocketbook, like a purse bag, and then she has a loopy vest. So I got a lot of stuff to make. Yeah, so, but this is a really fun diversion right now. It's really fun to kind of do something a little different. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying it so far. So this has taken me, I cast this on Sunday. Today is Thursday. So this is how much I've done in 4 days, because I haven't really worked on it yet today. So pretty good. Yeah. So maybe the next time I podcast, she herself will be done, and I'll have it done to her dress, hopefully. All right, and that is it for works in progress. So let's move on to some future plans. All right, so for future plans, I have 2 future plans I'm going to share with you today. There's also a lot of knit-alongs that are kicking off right now, so I'm feeling a lot of knit-along FOMO and wanting to join knit-alongs. And usually I'm like not someone who really feels like I have to join a knit-along, but somehow I am this time. It probably has to do with the patterns, to be perfectly honest, because I'm really bad at like keeping up with knit-alongs and doing like the tags and that kind of thing. So this first one is not a knit-along item, but it's just something I've been needing to make, have been waiting to cast on for a long time. So speaking of HannahGKnits, I test knit the fluffiest set for her last fall, and is a boucle vest / cardigan pattern for kids. I made the vest version for my son, who coincidentally refuses to wear it. Has not worn it once since I made it last year. My daughter, though, wants one for herself, so I'm going to be casting on the fluffiest vest for her, and I'm going to be using J'adore fibers and her boucle base, and this is the colorway Pistachio. Pistachio ice cream? Is it pistachio ice cream? Just, yeah, pistachio ice cream. Yeah, look, so pretty. So I'll be casting on that. Hopefully like either today or tomorrow, just to get working on it. And then the next thing I'm going to be casting on, I'm going to be joining the Traveler Shell Knit Along that La Mercerie and Andrea Mowry are not throwing, or hosting, that's the word, hosting. The Traveler Shell, it is so perfectly me. It is a beautiful drop shoulder open cardigan with like kind of this garter, not garter stitch, but like broken kind of alternating garter stockinette stitch detail. It's got these deep pockets. Really loved it the minute I saw it. And I went digging in my stash, and this is what I came up with for mine. Okay, ready? It is very not a typical color combo for me, but I kind of love that. So I'm going to be holding Cream Tangerine from Sunday Fiber Co. This is her barefoot sock base. So it's 3-ply fingering weight, 80% organic merino, 20% nylon, eco superwash. Let me take the ball band's falling off, so let me just take it off so you can see the whole skein. You can see it is a beautiful creamy base. There we go, creamy tangerine base. You can see it's got some variegation in it, orange and light pink and gray. Some slight speckling in there too. And I'm gonna hold it with Veronita from Ching Fiber. This is the colorway Duckling. This is beautiful light yellow. So Veronita is 79% cashmere, 21% silk. It is a lace weight. It is a substitute for mohair and Surrey for those of us who cannot do it. So I'm gonna hold these together and have this super lightweight cardigan that will be light. Yeah, these colors are not very typically me, but I feel like it'll fill a gap in my wardrobe that isn't there in terms of color combinations. Yeah, so I'm really excited. I bought the pattern already, probably gonna cast it on soon. Yeah, and we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited because the Cream Tangerine from Sunday Fiber Co. is like a little bit more variegated than I usually would use on its own. So when I got it, I always knew I would hold it with something, and I think this is a perfect pairing because there's some light yellows in here that the Ching Fiber will bring out a little bit, and that yellow will soften the variegation of the gray and the orange and the pinks too. Yeah. So that's what is going on next on my needles. There are other things going on my needles too, but I can't talk about it mostly because I don't have the yarn, or I'm not quite sure. Like, I applied for a test knit, and of course I don't know if I got in yet because I only applied yesterday. I already pulled my yarn for it though, so hopefully I get into that test knit, and I'll show you all in the next episode the color combo I picked because I'm really excited about that too. Yeah, so that I believe is all I've got going on. Yeah, I'm still plugging away on those one pair of socks that I started at the beginning of the year. At this point, I'm just like, Andres, just get them done so you can finish them this year. I am working on the foot of them, so I think I'm several inches away from the toe on each one of them. So I just need to dedicate a few hours to them, and then they'll be done. Yeah, I can't believe it's November already. I feel like the year kind of flew by, and I feel like especially October really flew by. And I am starting to think a little bit about the goals I made for the beginning of this year. I think I've like hit most of them except, well, no. I failed at the test knitting one, but that's okay because I did still scale back my test knitting. But I believe I said that I would start a blanket, and I have not done that yet. So maybe we'll start. I feel silly to just start the blanket to just say I started the blanket like I said it would. Yeah, so I mean, I have the blanket yarn picked out. I have the pattern picked out. It's just a matter of winding up the yarn and casting on. Yeah, it's just, I keep getting distracted by all the other things I want to make. Yeah, so anyway, that's what's going on with me. I'd love to hear what's going on with you. If you have any plans, if you have any gift knitting plans, because, you know, some of these knits I'm working on are technically gift knits, and we are entering the gift knit season. So I'd love to hear what you're working on, what you're up to, and otherwise I will see you all next time. Happy knitting!